Love members, Mama Jesus, oh. Mama Jesus, oh. Me, I was my crab, you, my angel, yam in the bowl, and the Satan, second afraid, mother, Mama Jesus, oh. Mama Jesus, oh. Me, I want my crab, yo. Me, I want my crab, yo. Yeah, roll. Me, I want my crab, yo. My age on ya, I'm in a bowl. Into Satan, eh? Jesus, oh. Miss Mama, Jesus, oh. Me, I was my baby, my age, on your pretty boy, Satan, Miss Mama, Jesus, oh. Mama Jesus, oh. Me, I was my brand, my age, I'm in a bowl.
Hello, Koda. Welcome to On the Hot Seat on ABN Television.
Thank you.
And we're glad to have you on the show.
Pleasure is mine.
First and foremost, let me ask you this. I'm sure you would have heard this question a lot of times, but who is Koda?
You remind me of an incident I want to talk about it. Who is Koda? Koda is, let's say, a middle-aged musician from Takoradi, Ghana, who just believes that he has an assignment to spread the word of God in song, employing African rhythms as much as possible. Yes, I'll say that.
Right. So let's get into how you got into music in the first place.
Okay.
Is this something that you've always wanted to do?
Oh, yes. My earliest recollections of music should be from home. My mom had a lot of these LP, I pray they know what I'm talking about, but these old record players I had. So we used to listen to people like, the names are all gone, but very old, like Mary McKee and the Genesis and stuff like that is what we're getting to listen to. So at least from an early age, I was hearing melodies and rhythms that intrigued me. And so I started actually fake drumming on pots and pans just to achieve some of those rhythms I was hearing. And then as God would have it, we were in the Baptist church, the First Baptist Church, at that time when the church just got brand new instruments, like a set of drums. And then we had this old organ, a guitar and a bass. So they came to the Sunday school department and said they needed kids to train. And that, trust me, that's one of the best things that my church did. And I recommend it for any pastor who is listening out there, because I played for that particular church for like 20 years. So it was like a long-term investment that they made.
Was that just the drums? So
Oh, no. I mean, as a general instrumentalist, I started out as a drummer, did keyboard, guitar, bass. I mean, singing was the last thing that happened along the line. Yes.
Right. So let's talk about your educational background.
Okay.
Did you study music?
Yes, I did study music. When I was 10, I was enrolled in piano school. So I did a little bit of classical piano. And then during the curriculum that I did, the JSS, we also had music in there. I mean, to the rest of my mates, I'm sure it was a very boring course, but it was like a top-up to what I was doing in piano school. Or maybe say they complemented each other in a way. So yes, I did the theory of it and all those other funny things too. Yes, a little bit of it, yes.
But I know you attended the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
No, I attended University of Science and Technology.
Oh, okay. So was there a difference?
Yes, there is a difference. It was christened KNUST after we left.
After you complete.
Yes.
Right. So what did you do? What did you study?
Renewable natural resource management.
But you've never worked with that.
I did national service. I did national service with them, but not like professionally, no.
Okay. So when did you realize that you wanted to concentrate on music?
Final year. We're recording Irradiate Selma for BSU. And so it was my friend, Morris Babyface's studio. Well, it wasn't his studio, it was Roberto's studio, but he was like the main engineer there. So I was there with him, and Morris almost lifted a lid of my brain, because before then I had done Assembly Trail with Pastor Joe. That was in 97. But that was an analog system. And everything there in the studio was unattainable to me. There was a large format console. There were hardware, some modules, an Atari computer. There was no way I was going to get access to that. But when I saw Morris, he had a PC. And he was recording the vocals. And that was the first time I saw that thing was possible. Guitars and everything were being tracked into a PC. And my roommates had a PC in their room. So I said, this is doable. So from final year, I actually borrowed the software from, I can't remember whether McAfee or someone or Morris. And then I installed Cubase on my roommate's PC when we're supposed to be doing our project work. But Jesus is Lord. So that's when I just entered into the software and started just exploring. And then I said, this is what I want to do.
Was it always going to be gospel music?
Oh, yes.
Any particular reason? Because you said that when you were younger, you listened to a lot of different rhythm that sort of shaped your musical ears.
That's a good question. I'll give that to you. There's one side of the story I rarely tell, but I'll tell you. So growing up in Takrady, the other influence I had was Western Diamonds. I mean, that was like the hottest high life thing in Ghana at that season. You get a thing? And a couple of them were my friends. And so I used to hang out with them a few times when I was free. But I visited them once, and how do I put it mildly? Let's say a commercial sex worker was leaving the facility, and so I was climbing the staircase when she was getting down. Now, as young as I was, I knew that scene was funny. Because then I asked myself, who would believe that I was up there when she was in active service, inverted commerce, or I left before she came, or just something about that scene did not sit with me. And I was like 13 years at that time, but it just did not sit with me. So I just told myself that this is not my road.
Crystal sweet, I am something. Things are not the same anymore. Crystal sweet, I am something. Say,
Things are not the same anymore. Crystal sweet, I am something.
oh, things are not the same anymore.
Crystal sweet, I am something.
15 ways to be successful. 13 ways to make much money. But the one way to make.
And then I noticed a few sentences that you couldn't tell poor from rich in the church. And then everything was communal. So that phrase just slipped out of my mouth that things are not the same anymore. You get, which is bad English. It's not supposed to be things are not the same anymore. It's actually, but just for the musical purpose of it, it kind of made sense. The groove came over time. I think we were in church, just playing around, when I just noodled around with that and I said, this will sound good. The verses did not come till the day I was singing them. So I sang them.
So you said some very, some very harsh things, if I can put it out in the.
Oh,
verse.
did I?
Yeah, it looked harsh.
But in a jovial way.
In a jovial way, of course. Of course. So if it wasn't premeditated and it was just spontaneous.
No, you see, I had read a thing. So some questions were already bubbling in my mind.
Okay.
So then they just slipped out of my mouth like, and for maybe for persons that know me very well, the way I talk is the way I sang the song. But I can understand, and then I mean that's the way I talk normally. So it was just like a conversation.
Right. So tell us a little bit about, just quickly, a little bit about these.
Nkwabodo probably is not the most spiritual story that you want to hear. One Sunday I felt tired, so I didn't go to church. So I slept it off. And as I was sleeping, there was this Pentecost church that is a bit behind my father's place. That's where I was that Sunday. And they were singing Yesu Nkwabodo. It was like a light bulb just sparked up, and I was like, that's a beautiful song. All it needs is a verse. So we sang it at one of my BV's wedding without a verse. We rehearsed it for Thanksgiving 2013 or 14, I could be wrong, without a verse. There on stage that day, the verse came.
On stage?
Yes.
Whilst you were singing?
The verse just came to me that morning. So the first time the band heard the verse was when I sang it on stage. So in that song, I had to be very alert. Somebody was telling me that in the video, they could tell that I was like an eagle looking, because the arrangements were not like stuck.
Okay.
And so I needed to show everybody where we were going. So everything was spontaneous.
Broken hearted, come to Jesus now. Come ye who hunger, come to Jesus now. Come ye broken hearted, come to Jesus now. Ye who thirst after righteousness, come to Jesus now. The bread of life, the living water, come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water, come to Jesus now. Ready? Missy, Yesu ya ibade.
Yesu ya
Come to Jesus now. Now see, please come. Come ye thirsty one. Come to Jesus now. Come ye broken hearted. Come to Jesus now. Come ye thirst after righteousness. Come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. Nana, Yesu ya ibada.
Yesu ya kwabodo.
Okay. Yesu ya ibada.
Yesu ya kwabodo.
Wonderful. Okay, same big saying, eh? Also, kada Yesu ya ibada na yakaden. Iye tadi fancy. Manama wa. Then we will go down. Abasa again. Osi Yesu ya ibada.
Yesu ya kwabodo. Ya kwabodo.
Obiara kada ibada, ibada. 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 Oh, Yesu ya ibada.
Yesu ya kwabodo. Ya kwabodo.
Na mission Piero Betty Pino. Mission Piero Bonum Pino. Mission Piero Betty Pino. Hey yeah. Mission Piero Bonum Pino. Mission Piero Betty Pino. Mission Piero Bonum Pino. Piero Betty Pino. Mission Piero Bonum Pino.
A joyous celebration in heaven, a hosanna that is sung because the victory is won. So that's why the song says, yes, we're dinkunim over Satan power. Because then he has snatched the keys from him, and so we are now overcome.
Yesu wedding cooling over Satan power. As I ain't cooling more. I'm an overcomer. Yesu wedding cooling more over Satan power. As I ain't cooling more. See, I'm an overcomer. I say yes, wedding kuni.
Yesu ya kwabodo. Over Satan power. Desire dinkuni. I'm an overcomer.
I say yes, wedding kuni mo.
Yes, wedding kuni. Over Satan power. Desire dinkuni. I'm an overcomer.
Abadina, one man to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarbo.
Hosanna.
Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarbo. One man to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
I mean, I won't born say.
Hosanna.
Jesus Nurbano. Who is this King of glory? He's the Lord strong and mighty. Yes, wedding kunimo. See, I'm an overcomer. Listen, no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. For the greater one lives in me, yes it does, yes. Yes, wedding kunimo. See, I'm an overcomer. I say yes, wedding kunim.
Yes, wedding kuni.
I will say
Over Satan power.
went out into the work you do as a producer. So what does it really mean? If you say somebody is a producer, what does it really mean?
Oh, I would say you're a song tailor. You are just a dressmaker for music. So clients will come to you with their ideas, and you are supposed to take measurements of their vocal abilities, measurements of their vocal ranges, and then also try and capture the spirit of the song as to how they hear it, and help them to create a commercially viable product out of it. Can I sound controversial on this one?
The flow, you're on the hot seat, so.
Am I? Yes. Oh, nice one. This is red too. Okay, so here goes. I'm tired of hearing myself sing well. I think I'm not a bad singer. I think I am an okay producer. I get stuff done, but there must be more to it than this. You get the thing. The tool is supposed to be for work, not to observe the tool and say, oh, I got this nice sword. Sword is supposed to cut. So I want to see Koda's ministrations bring tangible things of God's presence, like healings and miracles, like what we read in the Bibles. Because as for singing well and playing well, it's an endless road, but it doesn't lead anywhere. Sorry about that.
That's a good experience. We're looking forward to that day where we would experience that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Koda, thanks very much for coming on the hot seat.
Thank you for having me.
And we are very grateful. We wish you all the best in the.
Thank you for having me. I'm grateful.
See you some other time.
Yeah, we will.